All right, guys, I'm here with Mary Stevens from M. Poppins Cosplay, and the last time we saw each other was in Chicago at C2E2, and you had a pretty exciting experience there. Can you tell us about that?
I did. It's actually the second year I've had that kind of an experience.
Second year in a row.
Yes.
2 years in a row, guys.
They have what's called the Crown Championship of Cosplay. Hundreds of people apply, and they take 7 to 10 people in 4 different categories, and that's it.
And you were in the needlework category?
Yes.
Is that what they call it?
And they have effects category and let's see, armor, needlework, and I can't remember the fourth one.
I don't remember. But you were in the needlework category, and you wore this costume right here beside us, right?
Yeah, last year I wore this one.
Oh, this is from last year.
This is from last year, yes. And this is Duchess Satine from the animated Clone Wars, Star Wars. And she took 3rd place in the category of needlework last year.
But
this year I applied with my Maleficent cosplay, and I did my own version of Maleficent, so I designed the whole costume, and it had 500 hours worth of handwork in it. Just in the handwork. That's not even the construction of the garment and everything.
No.
That's just in the details. And she actually took 2nd place in the needlework category.
Very cool. It was a beautiful costume. All of your stuff, you put so much care into it. And cosplay is like a family business for you, right?
It is. And we're actually here guesting as a family. We have friends and family that cosplay together as a group, and we call it Kazohana. And so we do appearances and guest works together as well. So we do individual things and group things.
Now, if somebody was just getting started and they saw a gown like this, and they were really intimidated by it and thought, "Well, I could never make something like that," what advice would you give somebody that wanted to get into sewing and improve their skills so that they could get up to a level where they could make things like this?
First, do research. Look at who else has done it out there, because a lot of them will have a tutorial or will answer questions on how they've made theirs. The cosplay community is very friendly, and they're always willing to help each other out. You can practice, make a mock-up on some very inexpensive fabric to make sure that the fit's right and it's looking how you want it to look. You don't want to make your first try with your expensive fabric. And then break it down into different parts of it. So take the headpiece, for example. I stared at the picture for about a week and a half and broke it down into each different kind of a component to figure out how I could make it and actually be able to get it on and off, because there's a lot going on in the headpiece.
A lot of times when you look at a costume as a whole, it might seem really simple, like, oh, well, it's a gown and it's a headpiece. But when you break it down, you're like, oh, well, the headpiece has this part here and these here, and there's a lot more to it. But once you're able to start breaking down that stuff, you're able to figure out how to bring it all together and make the final piece.
Yeah, and don't forget, when you are doing that, to figure out how are you going to get all the pieces on and off. This costume has a lot of different overlays, and there's just snaps everywhere. So this overlay has a lot of snaps, so that I can actually have the pieces look like they're supposed to, but be able to get it on and off easily and quickly.
What are some other projects that you've got going on right now? What are your convention plans for the rest of the summer?
Oh, wow. Next weekend we're going to be at Motor City, and then we're going to go probably to most of the usual ones. We have to skip Colossal Con this year.
It's a bummer.
Yeah, because I love the swimsuit cosplays that show up at that one. So, Indie PopCon we're going to be at. We don't always guest. Sometimes we just like to go and have fun. So this is our last guest appearance for a little while, and then I'll be back guesting in the fall at Cincinnati Comic Expo.
Awesome. And if people want to find you online, where can they find you?
I have Facebook and Instagram, and Poppins Cosplay.
Thank you so much for talking to me,
Thank
Mary.
you.
Have a good con.
Thanks.